Yes, children, hello, how are you? Now again we are here to learn something from Puri sir. Yes, sir, we are ready. Yes, in our last module, we have seen kinetic energy by virtue of their motion. Is it clear? And expression for kinetic energy. Yes, sir, that is 1 by 2 mv square that we have done. Now today we are going to see another kind of energy, that is potential energy. Potential energy we are going to see here. Just what is that we are discussing here. Now dear children, see that potential energy of an object we are going to clarify here. The effects of applying a force on an object. Suppose this is an object and you are applying a force on it. When you are applying a force on an object like this are many. We have discussed earlier also. How it is? If the force changes the velocity of the object, if you are applying the force, and if the velocity of the body changes, so I can say the work done in doing so is stored up in the form of kinetic energy that we have seen earlier. If we are applying a force and velocity of the body goes on changing, then the energy stored in that body is called kinetic energy. But in case the applied force does not change the velocity of the object, here the velocity changes, but in another case, say the velocity does not change the velocity of the object, but instead changes its position or configuration. Configuration means shape of the body changes. If you are taking a body from here and taking at this position, you are changing the position of the body, or you are compressing the body, or if you are stretching the body, then at that time the change in the position or configuration of the body, so work done by the force gets stored up in the object in another form of energy at this time where the position और configuration of the body changes. At that time जो आप काम कर रहे हैं, that work is stored as an potential energy of the object, as an potential energy of the object. So what I want to say, that write down the definition of potential energy. That is the energy possessed by an object. The energy possessed by an object. Possessed by an object, the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its position, by virtue of its position, by virtue of its position or configuration, position or configuration is called its potential energy. It is measured by the work that the object can do. Object can do in passing from its present position or configuration to some standard position. to some standard position, to some standard position or configuration, that is known as zero position, or we can say zero configuration. Suppose initially the body is here, you putting the body here, from here to here, changing the position of the body. At that time, the work you are doing will be stored as a potential energy. Write down, it is measured by the work that the object can do in passing from its present position or configuration on the some standard position or configuration. That is known as zero position or zero configuration. This potential energy is also termed as a configuration energy. It is also called a configuration energy or mutual energy. A lot of examples in our daily life we can see. The examples of potential energy. What are that? Examples of potential energy. First, potential energy due to position. Potential energy due to its position. A lifted weight, as it can do work when it falls down under gravity. Suppose a lifted weight, I am doing like this. I take this chalk holder from here to here. The energy stored in this chalk holder as a potential energy. Then if I get free, then it will get down. Due to its potential energy, a lifted weight as it can do work, it falls down under gravity. Simple सा example है ये. That one can easily do this activity. Just now we have done. Water stored in reservoirs. On a dam, water stored on a certain height. That water contains potential energy, and that potential energy of water, when water falls on a turbine, that potential energy converted into kinetic energy, and that will rotate the turbine and we can generate electricity. This is also an example. So write down here, water stored in reservoirs at Bhakra Dam. Say, at a Bhakra Dam, we know very well. Huge quantity of water is stored here. Huge quantity of water is stored in it. It is the potential energy of the water. Which type of energy it is? Potential energy. It is the potential energy of a water. Which generate electricity for us. Okay? Yes, sir. We know it. Very good. Due to its position. Potential energy due to configuration. What are the examples, sir? In toys you can see. In gramophone you can see. In watch you can see. potential energy due to configuration here. Suppose here we are having a coil is there, see here in this manner. Here this is a coiled spring. And in the opposite direction, when uncoiled it here, when it is uncoiled, when you coiled, you are rotating like this. This will store when you are doing work on this spring, it will store as a potential energy. When it is uncoiled, then toy moves or watch runs. That potential energy we can use here. So you can see this here, a coiled spring in case of a watch. A coiled spring in case of a watch or a toy or a gramophone, where when the coiled spring uncoils, it does work by rotating the hands of the watch, setting the toy in motion, or rotating the gramophones due to its potential energy. Also, we can take an example here. A compressed gas in a cylinder. Compressed gas in a cylinder. What happens there? When the compressed gas changes its configuration, what happens? It expands and it does the work, or we can use it. This is the compressed gas in a cylinder. It does work. One more example, a stressed bow. You all have seen bow. When you stress it, when you are doing work, the potential, when you are stretching the bow, potential energy generates over there. And when you release, that potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Write down here, a stressed bow when the bow is released, it is able to shoot the arrow with a large velocity. It is able to shoot when a stressed bow, when the bow is released, it is able to shoot the arrow with a large velocity. It is clear? So these are the various examples of potential energy due to its motion or due to its configuration. Now, what is potential energy? Give its examples. You can easily say. Now we are going to derive an expression for potential energy. Let us see. Now, expression for potential energy. We are going to learn. Write down the article name. Potential energy of an object at a height. Potential energy of an object at a height. At a height. We know that every object on the surface of the earth, every object on the surface of the earth is attracted by the earth. Any object on the surface of the earth is being attracted by the earth. Is it clear? Yes. If an object has a mass m, it will experience a force that is called weight. Suppose this is the surface of our earth. This is ground. An object is placed here, say this A. Mass of the object is m. Then what is the weight of the object? mg, downward. It will experience a force that is called weight. This is called weight. Value of acceleration due to gravity remains constant near the surface of the earth. We know that. So that weight of the object remains constant on the surface of the earth. Is it clear? Acceleration due to gravity is constant near the surface of the earth. So weight of the object is constant here. To move the object upwards from the point A to the point B. Suppose here is the point B. This is the point B here. Okay? We are taking the object upwards, say with the force F. At this position also, we are applying a force F, the downward force, that is mg. The distance from here to here, say it is h. Draw the diagram. So we assume that the value of acceleration due to gravity remains constant. To move this object from the point A to B through a distance h, applied force is F. So what is the upward force? The upward force F, that is equal to mg. That is the weight of the object, as you can see in the figure. When you are taking the body upwards from the surface of the earth, say suppose this is the surface of the earth, you are taking the body upwards. So what will happen? Sir, we have to do work. So we have to do work when the body is moving from the point A to the point B. The work done by the force F. Work done by the force F here. That is, work done is equal to, what is the formula of work done? We have seen earlier. Force into displacement. We know that the formula W is equal to force into displacement. Force here, the displacement is h. What is force here? Force is equal to mg. So you can write here W is equal to mgh. This is the work done here. Force mg, height is h. So W is equal to mgh. This work done on the object, this work done on the object, जो भी आप ये काम कर रहे हैं, on the object changes the position of the object. changes the position. Changes the position of the object. Changes the position of the object is called gravitational potential energy. It is called gravitational potential energy. It is clear? What is this called? When you are taking the body here to here, gravitational potential energy. Write down. This work does not go west and instead is stored in the object in the form of potential energy. This work you are doing here does not waste. It will be stored as a potential energy. This work done will be stored as a potential energy. If the potential energy of the object, if the potential energy of an object is EP, if the potential energy of an object is EP, then this work done is equal to W. EP is equal to W, that is equal to mgh. So this is a very, very important formula for the potential energy. Is that clear? So my dear children, we have seen today what is potential energy, examples of potential energy, and then expression for the potential energy. Is it clear? Energies are of various kind of energies are available. Forms of energy we can see it. In this chapter we have seen just now only two. That is kinetic energy, potential energy, and another kind of energy which will be discussed in next class, that is solar energy, heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, hydro energy, the energy purchased from water, the energy purchased from sun, the energy released when coal, oil, gas burned, then heat energy, light energy from which produces the sensation of light, chemical energy from fossil fuels. So many kinds of energy are available. Hydro energy, then also we can say wind energy, that is possessed by the moving air. Also ocean thermal energy, OTE. Solar energy is stored in the ocean in the form of heat, or we can use as a ocean thermal energy. Geothermal energy from earth. All type of energy we will discuss in our next class. Is it clear? Now, so today this is all about the kinds of energy and expression of potential energy by